Good afternoon, the Chairman, Human Rights Defender, and Access to Justice Advocate Center. Our legal department, reviewers, co-comrades within and outside the country. My name is Queen Mrs. Olushola from Ikeja Avenue branch. We have an urgent rescue call this morning on our way to our place of work concerning a child, 11 years girl called Favour, who had been brutalized, beaten and maltreated by her guardian, Mrs. Okay, all the way from Orile and Orile, right? Ajegule, all the way from Ajegule, Lagos, Ajegule part of Lagos. We have the young girl in our house, and we want to interview the house before we invite the guardian to our office for proper questioning. Thank you. Favour, how are you? Okay, you will speak out for me, okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what is your full name? What is your name?
Favour.
Huh?
Favour.
Favour.
Yes.
Which name did your father and your mother used to call you in your village?
Ezinne.
Ezinne.
Yes.
Okay. Ezinne. You say you are 11 years. Can I hear you?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you from?
Enugu.
Enugu State.
Yes.
Which part of Enugu State?
Apugo.
Apugo.
Yes.
Okay. Enugu State. Apugo. Okay, Apugo.
Yes.
You say you are. What happened? How did you come to Lagos?
Because of my mommy sent me to my auntie. Said let me stay with her because of our two children.
Because of what?
Our children.
Your mommy children or your auntie children?
My auntie children.
Okay, your mommy sent you to stay with your auntie because of your auntie children.
Yes. She said let me be okay. Let me be staying with them.
That you should be staying with them.
Yes.
Okay, you are staying with them to do what?
Let me be looking at them so that if they are spoiling something, let me stop them.
That you should come and be looking after the children.
Yes.
That if the children want to spoil something, you will stop them.
Yes.
And you also you are a child. Okay, how long? Since when they don't bring you come Lagos?
Before December.
Before December. That is when they brought you to Lagos. Are you schooling in your village? When you are in the village, you dey go school?
I was going to school before when I was with my mom.
You are going to school before when you are with your mommy?
Yes.
Okay, what?
By that time, I've not gone anywhere.
Okay.
I was staying with my mommy that time.
Eh?
I was staying with my mommy only that time.
Okay, when you are going to school, you were staying with your mommy that time.
Yes.
When you come Lagos, you never go school.
Yes.
Okay, when you come to Lagos, you always stay in the house. What and what do you do in that house?
I used to wash plates. I used to fetch water and wash clothes.
You used to wash plates. You used to fetch water
Yes.
and wash clothes.
Yes.
Your clothes, be which person clothes?
I have clothes with our children.
Your auntie clothes with her children on.
Yes.
Okay. You said, I asked you, they said you did not sleep in the house yesterday. And why did you not sleep in the house yesterday? Where did you go to? Where do you sleep?
In the church.
In the church. Which church?
That church.
Catholic church.
Yes.
You they go now the church now they go.
Yes.
Is that the church you people worship? What time did you go to the church? In the morning or in the night or in the afternoon?
In the morning.
In the morning.
Yes.
What happened? Why did you go to church?
Because she sent me to market, like she buy something for her. Then I'll finish buying that thing and bring it back to her. I gave to her that thing. She said that thing is too small. Let me return it back. Then I returned it back. That person don't want to collect it. I start waiting for her. But I'll collect it. Then my auntie started looking for me. Because I know if she called me, I was staying, she would call me and flog me.
Okay, your auntie send you to go and buy something from market.
Yeah.
And you now buy that thing. Wetin be that thing where you buy?
Crayfish and onions.
Crayfish and onions. After you buy finish, you come to the house.
Yes.
She said the thing you buy is very small, that you should return it.
Yes.
As you now return it, the person refused to collect it.
Then I start waiting for that person. My auntie now come and be looking for me because if she saw me where I was staying, she would come and flog me there.
Okay, as you return the thing to the person you buy it from, the person refused to collect it.
Yes.
You are now waiting for the person to collect it. So you are afraid if your aunt is looking for you, if you come there and see you where you are staying waiting for the person to collect it, she will beat you.
Yes.
She don dey beat you before?
Yeah, she used to beat me.
She used to beat you?
Yes.
Wetin she dey use dey beat you?
Maybe if I buy something, I come back. Maybe my change have not read. Then that person will tell me if I stay small, then I'll come and collect my change finish. If I go back, she beat me and say, let me go and collect the change back.
Okay, if you go to place to buy,
Yes.
and person say change never dey,
Yes.
and the person will tell you make you come back come collect change, and because you did not, the person no give you change that time, because the person no get change, if your aunty will beat you that you should go back and go and collect the change.
Yes.
Wetin she dey use dey beat you?
I used to use cane.
Cane na what?
Sometimes we use turning stick.
She used to use cane, and times she dey use turning stick.
Yes.
She dey give you food for that house?
Yes, morning and afternoon and evening.
You dey eat morning, afternoon and evening?
Yes, but her children used to eat morning, afternoon, this thing, like evening time. They will eat again, the night they will eat again.
Okay.
4 times.
4 times?
Yes.
The children dey eat 4 times? You dey eat 3 times? Abi you too dey eat 4 times? You no dey eat 4 times? Who dey cook the food wey una dey eat?
Yes.
And she dey cook the food?
Yes.
You dey sell anything? You no dey sell anything?
Yes.
Okay, your aunty dey sell anything?
She's not going market, she's not selling anything.
She no dey sell anything? She used to stay in the house?
Yes.
And she come dey send you go market go dey buy something. That time she dey beat you with turning stick, the husband dey house?
No.
Your daddy dey house that time?
No.
No dey house?
Yes, my dad used to go market.
Your daddy used to go market?
Yes.
So anytime he beat you, wetin if the daddy know, wetin the daddy dey tell am?
My daddy will come and start beating her.
Yeah.
My daddy will come and start beating her because of she beating me.
Because that he beat you, the man will start beating her?
Yes.
So how many times she don beat you in the presence of the man, the husband, your daddy?
Yes, 3 times.
He don beat you 3 times?
Yes.
And the man did not allow her to beat you?
Yes.
She dey beat you when the man comot? She dey beat you when the man comot from house?
Yes.
Okay. So as they carry you comot from church go house today, wetin happen?
They knock on our door. My auntie don't open the door. Then other people start coming here to be knocking. She don't open the door. She just come and lock use key and lock the gate and stay inside the room with that 2 children that she carry. She stay inside the room. All of us were there knocking, don't open the door.
No, I did not hear you well. When the people carry you from church go house, the people that see you, na pastor carry you go house?
No, other people like our members in our church.
Na the member in our church?
Yeah.
Na dem see you come carry you go house?
Yes.
As they come carry you go house, they come dey knock?
Yes, they're not finished, but she don't want to open, but she used key and lock herself with her children inside.
Okay, she don't want to open door, she use key lock herself inside with her children.
Yes.
So she not open door even when they carry you come from church. When you sleep for church, she not open door until they bring you come here.
Yes.
Okay, wetin you want now? Wetin you want us to do for you?
I want to go.
You want to go? You want to go where?
My
Huh?
room. I want to go to my room.
You want to go to your mommy?
Yes.
You don't want to stay with your auntie again?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to see your face? The two men that brought her. Give me phone. Give me that number.
This is one. This one is Mr. Tunde. Mr. Tunde.
No, open your face here.
Yes.
Favour.
Yes.
Don't worry, yeah. We'll carry you, go give your mommy, yeah?
Yes.
No cry again. No.
MTN number you are trying to call is currently switched off. Please try.
The man number is switched off.
Which of them?
The Mr. Okay.
That's the husband side.
The MTN number you are trying to call is currently switched off. Please try again later. Thank you.
Did your mommy have phone? Did your auntie have phone?
Yes.
She have phone.
Yes.
Can you call somebody there to go and ask her for a number?
But I too should have my mommy number, my auntie number.
Who should have your number? Auntie Uche.
Yes, that one that I used to fetch water for a drink.
Are you living upstairs or you are living downstairs?
Hello sir, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ní báwo la ṣe lè get number ìyàwó Òkè because number Òkè ò lọ ó sọ switched off so I need number ìyàwó ẹ̀ ọmọ yẹn tẹ̀ ní àti
Go outside.
ọmọ yẹn ní àti Uche mà ní number.
Don't open your face here. All right. Some of you that don't understand what is going on. This girl you are seeing in front of us, he said her name is Favour, and your village name is what? Ezinne, right?
Yes.
And her village name, that is the name that her mother and her parents, her biological parents, do call her, is Ezinne. Is it Lagos they are calling you a Favour, or that is a name? Did your father used to call you Favour?
No.
No.
He used to call me Ezinne.
Who give you Favour?
It's my grandmother.
Your grandmommy.
Yes.
Okay, that means her name. That means her name is Favour, and still Ezinne. She's from Enugu. Which part of Enugu?
Apugo.
She's from Enugu, Apugo. That is where her parents live. And according to her, you said, what did your mommy used to sell in the village?
Nothing.
Her mom don't sell anything, and she's the first daughter, the first child of her parents, the 11 years girl. She is the first child of her parents. They were 5 in number. Am I right?
Yes.
And she's the first daughter, which her mom gave to an auntie, according to her. For now, we don't know the relationship between the girl and the woman in question, because you all know that kids, if you link them to who an adult, either they call the person an uncle or an auntie, depends on what the parents introduce the person to be to them. And she had been with the woman, according to her, before December. While she was in the village, she was schooling, but in Lagos she's not schooling. They brought her to be taking care of the woman's children. If at the age of 11 years she will be brought to another person's house to be taking care of other children, you can see it from there. And she doesn't go to school. She fetches water, washes the woman's clothes, her own clothes and the clothes of the woman's children. And from the eyewitness and our eyewitness and other people that have been the neighbor who have been witnessing what have been going on, at times they said this girl, at times they find her behind the compound. Go outside, please. Behind their compound where this girl at times do sleep. Aside that, close the door now. Aside that, the woman usually beat her with cane and turning stick. What is the reason? Most reasons, according to her, which we have interviewed, if she did something mistakenly, the woman will beat her and beat her with turning stick. And the husband, which is Mr. Okay, do go against that. Probably the beating have become too much that the husband could not bear again, and at times do scold and also chastise the woman for beating the child to that extent. Then the recent one, which the previous one we cannot really talk much about that. The recent one that happened was that she sent Favour, which is Ezinne, this girl sitting in front of us, to the market to get some foodstuffs like onions and crayfish. Getting there, she bought those things and get back home, and the woman, Mrs. Okay, was not satisfied with the quantity of what the little girl bought, and she sent her back to the market again that she should return the onions and the crayfish she bought. While she got there, the seller refused to receive those things from her. Of course, those are eatable things that you don't know who sent the little girl. If you are to retrieve it back to what the woman is selling or refuse, of course nobody will take that, since it's an eatable item and also something that can easily be poisoned. The woman in question, which is the seller of the onions and crayfish, refused to take those things back from the little girl. But because she has always been beaten by the woman, she could not, out of fear and panic, she insisted not going back, still standing on the seller to collect the good, the items bought by her, and also retrieve back her auntie's money from the seller, which the seller refused to give to her. And she was scared of going back home so that she will not be beaten or brutalized by her auntie. And that was led to her running to the church to stay there so that she will not be beaten by her auntie. All day long, she stayed there until she had to sleep in the church, even in the presence of the pastor. According to the girl, she said the pastor also slept where she also slept. Did you say so?
Yes.
That where you sleep, a pastor sleep there also?
Yes.
Did the pastor touch you?
No.
The pastor did not touch you?
Yes.
Okay. Then co-church member, that is the worshippers in the church, saw the little girl and asked why this girl stayed all through, and even to the extent she slept in the church. And that was how they pick her back to the house. On getting to the apartment of the woman, she saw them and she padlocked her door, refusing the girl access to the apartment where she and her children are still inside, and she padlocked herself inside, where the good Samaritan that picked the girl back to the house could not access the house or even giving the girl access to the apartment before were called upon, and she have to be brought to our office. Okay, the issue now is this. You heard from the girl that she wants to go back to her mom, that is back to Enugu. And children of this age, of course, if you pick a child within the period you pick the child 1 week, 2 weeks to a month, we always know that they usually miss their parents and those that they usually played with. But this is not the early stage where this girl has been taken from home. She has stayed almost a year plus. So by now she ought to be used to the present house where she's living with. After all, there are other kids there. If this girl had been living in a better, had been taken care of as a child without being brutalized or beaten mercilessly, as she was saying, crying to us before we brought her life, this girl would not for any reason want to go back to her mom, even though we know some of them feel their parents when they are absent from them, and she really wants to go back. Please, we have tried to call the husband of the woman, which is Miss Okay. The good Samaritan that brought this girl here have no contact of the woman in question. We will get back to you on the issue of this girl, which we'll be bringing back to you for much detail, where we can go to apprehend the woman if she refuses our invitation. We will not have any other alternative than to use law enforcement to get her arrested. But nevertheless, we will still incident the case in the police station, any nearby police station, before any other thing. Thank you. I appreciate every one of you that have been with us all this while, sharing the page. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV. Remain blessed. We'll be coming back shortly. Bye.